Hello everyone, I am Aaron Elijah Ubanan, a first-year BS Ed Mathematics student at USTP, and welcome to Plain and Solid Geometry. In this video, I'm going to discuss the basic ideas in geometry, and at the end, I'll give an activity related to the topic. I'll be speaking in Filipino language so that my Filipino viewers can understand the topic easily. And for my English viewers out there, you do not have to worry because the visual aids that I'll be using is written in English, and for sure, you can still understand the topic that I'll be discussing. Without further ado, let's begin!
Okay, Chapter 1, Basic Ideas in Geometry. Now first, let's define geometry. Okay, so geometry comes from two Greek words, geo meaning earth and metri meaning measurement. So therefore, geometry means earth measurement. Geometry was first developed by an ancient Greek philosopher named Euclid around 300 BC, and his book, The Elements, is used as a basic test in geometry. So also guys, geometry is the mathematics of shapes. You can understand nature through shapes. Okay, so geometry is a mathematics of shapes because in this subject we can discover different types of shapes, no? For example, the polygons, quadrilaterals, triangles, squares, etc. Okay. So in geometry, meron tinatawag din na undefined terms and defined terms. So, ang undefined terms dito ay ito yung points, lines, and planes. So, si point, line, and plane or the undefined terms in geometry are the simplest terms in geometry. They have no clear definitions, but they are understandable. They can only be understood through descriptions and real-life representations. So, for example, in this illustration here, this is a football field, and as you can see, and you can see some dots, no? Red and yellow. So we can understand that these are points, and the white elements here are the lines. Of course, it is obviously a line, and the green part of this illustration is the plane. Yung kumbaga, ito yung field, kumbaga kung saan nakalay itong si line at saka yung mga points, no? So yan. So now let's understand further what is a point, line, and a plane. So si point, it indicates a position and it has no dimension, and it is represented by a dot. A point is usually denoted by any capital letter of the English alphabet. Okay, so we can name it using any capital letter of the English alphabet. We can name it point A or point B, or point C, point D, and so on. Next is a line. A line has one dimension, and it is represented by a line with two arrowheads but extends without end. Take note guys that in geometry, ang line natin dito ay merong arrowheads, and yes, through any 2 points, there is exactly one line. You can use any 2 points on a line to name it. The same with a point, we can use any capital letters from the English alphabet to name a line. So we can simply name this line L or line AB. And also take note, if we're going to write a line in symbols, identify a line in symbols, do not forget to write the variables like this, and don't forget to add an illustration that represents a line. So again, we can name it line L, line AB, or line BA. Next is a plane. A plane has 2 dimensions, and it is represented by a shape that looks like a floor or a wall but extends without end. Through any 3 points not on the same line, there is exactly one plane. You can use 3 points that are not all on the same line to name a plane. So the same with the point and line, we can use any capital letter, actually 3 or more capital letters to name a plane. So we can simply name this plane here, plane M or plane ABC. The undefined are used to define other terms in geometry. We denote other terms as the defined terms in geometry. Okay, so now we're done discussing with the undefined terms in geometry. Now it's time to discuss the defined terms in geometry. Okay, so here we can see the definition of a definition. So definition is a statement of the precise meaning of a term. So when you say precise, it means accurate, no? Totoo. We must define a word or a term so that it will be understood by all people in the same way. So ito yung tatlong qualities of a good definition. If you want to read it, go ahead, but I'm gonna move forward. Okay, so definition 1, set. A set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects. Each distinct object is called an element. Second definition is a space. A space is the set of all points in the 3 dimensions. A space figure is called a solid. Okay, so dito naman tayo sa collinear points and coplanar points. So collinear points are points that lie on the same line. On the other hand, coplanar points are points that lie on the same plane. For example, in this illustration here, we can see that points A, B, and C are collinear because as we can see here, they all lie on the same line. No? And A, D, and B are non-collinear. So, kapag hindi collinear ang isang points ang mga points guys, ang tawag lang dyan is non-collinear points. So as you can see, A, D, and B are non-collinear because they do not lie on the same line. Next, A, B, and C, and D are coplanar points because they lie on the same plane. And the same thing with collinear and non-collinear, meron ding non-coplanar sa... Yes, meron ding non-coplanar. And it refers to points that do not lie on the same plane. So, ang tawag doon ay coplanar. So, yun lang. I hope that you understand the... Actually, marami pang basic ideas in geometry. These are just few. But, ihahabol ko lang yun guys sa next video ko. Okay, so just like what I've said earlier, meron tayong pagsusulit. So, here's the activity. Feel free to pause, no, so that you can try this one out. And comment down below your answers. Okay. Okay, so subukan nating sagutan ang mga tanong dito, guys. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. Okay, so let's begin with letter A, no? Number 1. What geometric figure is suggested by the following? So use point, line, plane, or space. Okay, so let's begin with letter A. I think the edge of a cube is a line. A corner of a classroom is a line as well. Horizon is a space. The universe is a space. The classroom is a space as well. Ceiling is a plane. Star in the sky, of course, point. Chalk boxes, point. Tip of a ball pen, point. A basketball court is a plane. Okay, number 2, consider the figure at the right. State if the set of 3 points are collinear or non-collinear. Okay, so set of A, B, and D. A. So, tingnan muna natin dito sa figure, guys. See, A, B, and D if collinear ba sila o hindi. I think they're collinear. They lie on the same line. Next, A, B, C. They are non-collinear. They do not lie on the same line. Letter C, A, E, F. A, E, F is non-collinear. And then last, letter D, B, C, F. B, C, F is... Sorry dinictate ko lang kasi wala ako yung yung kumbaga pen. Yung parang pen na pwede nating isulat lang yung mga sagot. So, I hope na naka-follow pa rin kayo. BCF is... It's collinear. Okay, number 4. Write coplanar or non-coplanar to describe each set of points which are found in the figure at the right. Okay, so ito yung magiging reference natin. Okay, so A, letter A, Z, S, Y, C. Okay. Z, S, Y, C. I think it's coplanar. X, Y, Z, U. X, Y, Z, U. It's non-coplanar. And V, S, U, Y at letter C. V, SUY, it's coplanar. So si A is coplanar, B non-coplanar, and C coplanar. So yun lang. Ilan yung nakuha yung correct answers, guys? Feel free to share it, and if I made a mistake, kung meron akong nasagutan na mali, feel free to correct me as well.
So that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys learned something from the topic that I've discussed. Feel free to comment your suggestions or your thoughts, if any, regarding to the topic down in the comment section below. And may God bless you always, and I'll see you guys in my next plain and solid geometry video. Bye!